Hey, it's Draffet Store. I'm Draffet, and this week we're going to do it on judging or judgments. Now, I'm going to read Prejudice, which is more or less the type of judging I'm talking about. I'm not talking about competitions or going to court. I'm referring to judgment standpoint from person to person, where one person or another judges a person, looks at another person with prejudice and does it based on class, color, mentality, physical presence, or looks, or the unsubstantial, geeky, cool, which is, charisma. Now, the word prejudice is often used to refer to preconceived judgments toward people or persons because of a person's gender, social class, disability, religion, sexuality, race, ethnicity, nationality, or personal characteristics. It can also refer to unfounded beliefs and may include an unreasonable attitude that is usually resistant to rational influence. Alright, now, I won't get into the whole Wikipedia, prejudice judging thing. But what I will do is next what the definition of judge is. Now, most people don't understand that they do this without even thinking about it. And in the same instance, they will put down somebody or make a comment about somebody that does this regularly. Prime example, KKK, and their judgments against what they feel to be inferior races, blacks, Hispanic, Asians, and in correlate, reverse the Black Panthers towards whites. Now, do I find, now me being looking at things from a realistic adult perspective, I realize people judge. They judge me, they judge everybody else. Okay? Because of the way English language is set up, the term judge is used harshly because we associate it with the legal terms. Now, the definition, depending on which one, is either public officer or authorized to hear or decide a case in a lower court of law. A person appointed to decide in any competition, contest, or matter of issue, a beauty contest. A person qualified to pass a critical judgment, somebody who's a good judge of character or who's a good judge of the quality of, say, horse for racing. An administrative head of Israel in the period between the death of Joshua and the accession of the throne of Saul. Okay. Now, this is what nouns are. Now, the verb, to pass legal judgment on, to pass sentence on. To hear evidence, legal argument in case, in order to pass judgment or judgicate. To form a judgment or opinion, decide upon, critical. You can't judge a book by its cover. Now, that is the type I'm talking about. To decide on, settle authoritative, a judge, the censor, a judge, the censor judged, the book obscene and forbade it for sale. To refer, think, or hold an opinion concluded about or assesses, he judged her to be correct. Now, most people don't realize, like I said, most people don't realize in everyday life they do some form of judgment, okay, or pass a person.
And it doesn't necessarily have to be for race reasons. It could be, we'll give a situation. I got a buddy of mine that worked same place I did, and a number of people were making comments about him because, well, he no longer works there. And you know, they're saying, well, he's, you know, that weird such and such, such and such. I won't use names, but, you know, that's making a judgment without finding out what the situation was. Now, I had a gentleman that asked me about him, said he made the, you know, said, well, you know, he wasn't a bad guy, he was a good worker, but, you know, he seemed a little slow. Well, if people would have asked him about it, they would have found out that he's got, you know, emotional issues stemming from chemical imbalance, AE, bipolar, manic depressive, you know, stuff like in that category. But judgments get passed on people. I mean, I've used this term a lot, okay, and how, what, you know, like I said, in the English language, it's easy to, you know, choose one word over another, but there two different words actually technically mean the same, like the word pick. Well, I didn't pick him. Well, here's the thing, in picking a person, whether it's a mate, a piece of food, a car, I pick this car, or I choose it, pick or choose. There's two good words, pick or choose. You're actually making a judgment on a person, an object, to what best fits your desired needs and or wants. Now, when you judge somebody and they tell you not to judge somebody, and like I said with the KKK, you know, harshly because of skin color or attitude or sexual preference. Okay, I myself believe in equality to an extent. Okay, there are certain things I don't believe in, and it's a matter of nature over societal needs. Okay, it's not religion based, it's how nature is set up. Okay, but in the real world, okay, I judge everybody the same way I would judge myself, which is really, really harsh. And a lot of people don't understand that. They think that, you know, oh, you're making comments about this and this person. They never bothered to ask what I actually think of myself and how I judge myself. And you know, they say, well, you shouldn't judge a person too harshly. Well, I judge this person here in the that I'm pointing at as harshly as I judge anybody else, based on my abilities, lack of abilities, confidence, lack of confidence, and the such, and my, you know, outwardness or lack of outwardness towards others, and experience. Now, with like the KKK, they do it on a basis because of racial, long-term, you know, 200 or plus years racial prejudice against anybody that's not white. You know, some other straight guys, you know, do it against judge gay guys based on what they perceive to be gay, or lesbians based on, you know, a whole lot of stuff. I mean, most people don't really know what a gay or lesbian is without the help of television, because they rarely see it. Or because, well, one, gay guys aren't, don't act like all feminine and all the time. Oh, I like those colors. I mean, there's really, really masculine gay guys that you will see them get a drink with them and whatever, and you never knew they were gay because it's their way that they hold themselves, and they look at it like it's my business, not everybody else's. And then you with women. I mean, it's not hard to tell a butch dyke. I mean, from a lipstick, what they would call a lipstick lesbian, because butch dykes, come off like they hate men and blah 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 and all that. But with a lipstick lesbian, you wouldn't be able to know unless the person told you and came off about it. There's little characteristics of judging a person or persons. With the last 10 years with 9/11, everybody's judged Middle Eastern descent as being bad because all the bombers that did the guys that flew into trade centers were Middle Eastern Islamic. Not a single one person bothered to pay attention what nationalities they were. It's just lump sum of Middle East. They're all like that. Well, no, they aren't. And yes, extremists are. And in judging a person, stereotypes do come into play sometimes. But not all the time. Yeah, somebody can have an accent and you think they're a redneck, but, or they like NASCAR, but they'd actually be, really, really intelligent and really decent to talk to, and, real decent person. But most people would throw, the judgment card down. Myself, being an honest, semi-honest human being, would do it in a heartbeat and would be honest about it. Okay. Well, as honest as I can. Now, does that mean that I think judging is bad? No, judging isn't human. Like hate, it is human. Like love, it is human. And it has its place. The problem being in judging that most people don't understand or have a lacking of understanding of the English language as much as they believe. Because they think that, when I've made comments about, picking a person, and there's no difference between picking a person, say, for softball. You pick this person, and this person to help your team out. Well, you just judged that this person over here wasn't sufficient enough for what you wanted to do. So you judged them. And, well, that, isn't natural. I mean, I could get into a, long, drawn-out discussion on this, but I'm not going to. Next week, I am going to talk about laws. And, law-abiding citizens and what should be and shouldn't be, because the reason why I'm doing this is because we have a lot of laws that are being put on the books in the United States, Canada, and Great Britain, and the rest of the world. I'm not going to say anything, but here in the United States, whether it's individual state law, city law, or county law, or township law, that really shouldn't be put on the books, and they're put on there for emotional reasons. And I'll get into a little bit more next week, and whether or not you should follow, what types of laws that you should follow and what types of laws you should. And I actually use quotes from the founding fathers, George Washington, Thomas Jefferson, and the such, in that. With that, this is Draffet, this Draft Store. See you next week. Have fun.